Hey everybody, and welcome into another VR accessibility overview, and this one is for Cave Digger. This is on Steam for PC VR, on the PS5 for PSVR 2, which is what I've been playing on, as well as on the MetaQuest platform for the MetaQuest 1, 2, 3, 3S, and Pro. So no matter what you're on, you will be able to play this game. And let's just get into it. We'll start with the seated mode thing, as always, as you see in the video right now, and you saw me hit it at the beginning as well. There is a button, you hit it and it puts you to a standing height, which is good if you're like me and you have to play seated, or you just want to play seated. That is good, because that way you can actually play. It took me a while to even know that was there when I first started playing it, but so that's good. Now for the rest of the stuff, you'll see the controls there were on the board. I just kind of walked past it to get the silver. The controls are not changeable in game, so if you do need to change them for whatever reason, you will need to either use a a bind profile on Steam VR, or go into the accessibility settings. Either when in the PSVR 2, go into the PS5's accessibility settings, or when you're on your Quest headset, go into that headset's accessibility settings. Either one will give you the option to rebind the controllers to what works best for you, including swapping the analog sticks and all of that good stuff. Do note that if you make these changes, if there are any in-game prompts, they still will say the default button of whatever the prompt was, so you will just have to remember what you bound it to. For movement, you have two options. You have smooth movement, and you have snap or teleport movement, not snap. Actually, you could do both at the same time, as I do occasionally actually do that. You have smooth movement on the left stick. By default, again, if you remap things, you can make it be on the right stick. Smooth movement by default on the left stick, and by clicking in the right stick, you will be able to bring up the teleporter, and then you just move your arm or your wrist until it points where you want it to, and then let go, and you'll teleport to that spot. So no matter what, you have both options, just in case you want one over the other. You don't have to try and do anything weird to get one certain one. Now, I mentioned snap when I was talking about movement, so let's go on to turning. You have snap turning, and I guess if you're seated in like a swivel chair, an office chair, you could turn physically that way. Or if you're somebody that doesn't need to play seated, then you can turn physically turn that way, and you'll be good. If you do not like snap turning, not everybody does, I know, but there are no options to be changed for that one. And as far as accessibility stuff, there aren't, I don't believe on PC, PlayStation, or on the Quest headsets, is there a way to just make it so you automatically have a certain turning type no matter what. I don't believe that exists. Haven't had a Quest headset for a long time, so let me know if I'm wrong. Yeah. Next up, colorblind modes. There aren't any. There are no colorblind modes. Now, with that being said, if you are on a MetaQuest headset, and I will say, if you're still on a Quest 1, do not know if these will even be an option. Never had a Quest 1, only ever had a Quest 2. So keep that in mind if you're still on the Quest 1. But you can go into the headset's accessibility settings, go under a visual, and then from visual go to color correction. And at least back then there were the 3 typical colorblind modes that you would see in most non-VR games these days. And I like it when they actually do show up in VR games for people that need them. But no, if you do turn any of those 3 on, then it is headset wide. So the colors and everything will change for every single aspect while you're on the headset. Whether you're in a game or some other app, or you're outside of it, the store, the environment, everything will change to go with that visual color correction that you chose. Alright, closed captions or subtitles. Again, there aren't any for this. And again, if you're on a MetaQuest headset, they're pretty good at this, I'll give them that. You can go again into the headset's accessibility settings, and I'm not sure which exact one it is under in the accessibility settings, but you can activate live captions or live subtitles. I forget what it's called. They get live captions, I'm pretty sure. And any dialogue that is spoken, most of it is over the little TV by where you buy new tools and tool upgrades. You will then have the dialogue come up on the screen. It's usually like a half-second delay, or it was. Maybe it's a lot better now. But having that turned on, you will at least be able to know what is being said if you are hard of hearing. Difficulty levels. I know, kind of weird to put at the end here. But difficulty levels, there are none. The main difficulty of this game is just going to come from the kind of the minerals that you're trying to mine, as well as the time limit. As I don't think I have looked at it at all in this gameplay you're saying, but there is a little, like a big dial on my left hand, and you look at that, and that kind of has a thing on it to let you know how much time you have left before you get sent back up. And that's kind of the main difficulty. Now, I haven't gotten super far, so there are probably a lot minerals that are harder to mine. I think that's going to be the main thing for this, but yeah, that's really the main difficulty that this game has, I guess. No actual options, no selectable things, any of that. Alright. I would say probably one of the most important things for accessibility, upper body and arm movement levels. How much are you going to need to move your upper body and your arms? Will you need to extend them all the way? And this and that. And I'm going to say full on this. Full upper body and arm movement. Yes, you do have the thing where you can kind of like pull an item towards you. Yes, that is good. But when it comes to actually mining the rock to try and get the minerals, when it comes to putting the minerals in the bucket, and I don't think I've been messing with it, but you have a waste utility thing where you can put certain items or certain tools, and at least if you're seated, I should probably preface that. At least if you're seated for whatever reason, you will, and I find that I definitely do, have to lean forward quite a bit to make it to where I can try and actually put an item onto one of those spots on my waist in game. And so with all of that, between the mining, getting the minerals, putting the minerals away, getting the tools, all this stuff, everything combined, yeah, I'm saying full. Laser grabber or not, I'm still gonna say full. But that is just what I'm thinking that it is. You could hop on this and maybe play it just fine, but I just want to make sure to put that out there. And that is actually going to do it for this VR accessibility overview. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully maybe this helped you figure out whether you can play this game or not. Maybe you know somebody who's wanted to play Cave Digger. And I do believe on all three of the platforms, Cave Digger 2 is out, or it's coming out. I'll try and maybe do a video on that one as well. I don't know how different it would be, so maybe you can just take this video and equate it to that one. But hopefully, yeah, like I said, hopefully this helps you, or maybe it can help somebody you know. If it can, give them a link to either this overview or down in the description at the top. There is the link to the Google spreadsheet where there is now, as of this video, there is now 97 links to 97 overview videos and 133, I think, sets of notes, accessibility notes for every game that I have ever covered, and the links to any video or any game that I've made an overview for will be right next to the notes. So all alphabetical, sorted by letter, all easy to go through. And yeah, give that to someone you think it may help. That's why I do this at the end of the day. I want to make these notes and videos to be able to help others and not just be like figuring things out for myself. But yeah, hopefully you have a great day or night whenever you happen to be watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, bye!